The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
As I've said pretty much all summer long, okay, there's a small chance, aka a good chance, that the Canucks are going to have to outscore a lot of their problems. And they couldn't do so against the Flames after having a 4-1 lead, or was it like an 18-1 lead? Well, what just happened? Hockey's back. Welcome to my life and your life and Locked On Canucks.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
People, we are back doing this, and that's giving you Locked On Canucks, all right? And we have to do it even after that. What's that? The hockey season just started. Game 1 here. Everyone's excited. We just witnessed the greatest first period of hockey of what seemed to be of all time. JT Miller putting on an absolute clinic against a unsuperior Flames team, and everything just felt cool and great and fun and exciting. The Oilers were losing like 8-0, and boom, bam, just like that, Archer Shilovs and company really let this one slip away. And should we start with Shilovs, or should we start with the defense, as Christian Dye, one of the commenters, is alluding to? Man, oh man. I think we got to start off with Shilovs. Again, off the top, we said it. There's going to be moments this season, where the Canucks are going to have to outscore their problems. Right? They got the rookie goalie, and they got Forbert Myers and Desharnais playing a lot of minutes. They also have a lot of skill up front. There's a recipe here for Tocchet and his imagination to, again, outscore this team's potential problems. And Shilovs look like a problem today. After the first period, the Flames skating hard, doing whatever it took to keep the puck in the zone, and also just throwing everything on net. Creating breaks, creating breakdowns, creating clean looks, and time in and time out, the Flames just shooting the puck and scoring goals, including the fourth goal, the Uyghur goal. I think it was a power play goal after Kiefer Sherwood takes a penalty, and you want your number one goaltender for a contending team to have that one, and he didn't. They needed a save, and Shilovs couldn't do that tonight. Luckily, though, life is long. Straight up. They'll have another crack at it after Lankinen does what he's got to do on Friday, if that's the case. Scratch that. I do think Tocchet actually is going to ride with Shilovs. He seems to do that, okay? He seems to double down. Shilovs, not an impressive start today. Hopefully he picks it up. As Kurt Richardson is alluding to, Shilovs is still looking shaky at those long-range shots. There was a moment there, man. There was a moment there where you could tell that Calgary, and they were pretty unsuccessful at it early on in the second and sometimes in the first period, but they just seemed to only want to throw pucks on net. And it ended up working out in their way, and I just feel embarrassed right now, man. You want me to break this game down? What just happened? Blew a 4-1 lead, a 3-0 lead, a 4-2 lead. And lost to the Calgary Flames. Who I must add, though. Okay, they brought the hustle. They brought the spirit. An organization that's been through a lot over the last couple of months. An organization that, just deserved it, man. They put that hustle in. They didn't back down. They could have crumbled after that first period, and they didn't. And that win was well-deserved. It's going to hurt their lottery odds, but well-deserved nonetheless. Man, oh man. There's so many good things that happened in today's game, too. They all rhyme with Miller, who had a couple bad turnovers, too, and looked a lot of like the Boudreaux Miller from before. But, man, the spectacular with JT Miller was just so much fun to watch. It was face of the NHL-like, right? Not a lot of players can play the game like Gordie Howe. I mean, JT Miller. And he was, again, eventful from the top all the way to the bottom of this game. Look at this comment from Eddie Hong, okay? When's Demko coming back? Man, oh man. Let me know in the comments, man, whether you be in the live chat or after this episode is up on YouTube. Do you think the Canucks are going to have to outscore their problems? You know what I'm saying? Because I think there's going to be a small chance. Again, a lot of changes with this team, primarily in net, and also more notably, it feels like on defense. It can't be overstated enough that they went from having Ian Cole and Nikita Zadorov to more Tyler Myers and Forbort and Desharnais. There's going to be a bit of a rough patch here when it comes to, buckling down and honing in on your staples. And if you're not getting saves from Shelovs, you're going to have to score goals. Now, look at this comment from Mitchell Hull. Okay, Canucks don't have the offense to outscore their problems. I don't think so, man. I don't think this is right. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Now, we didn't see the most eventful game from Elias Pettersson. He did the little things right, engaging in physicality, standing up for DeBrusk a bit. It's nice to see. Picks up an assist on Besser's goal, right? The second assist. It's good and all, but he wasn't eventful offensively. Like JT Miller, like Brock Besser, who scored 2. So yeah, Mitchell, if you think the Canucks don't have the offense to outscore their problems, maybe it's because you don't look at Pettersson as a force of nature offensively. But I do, and if he somehow picks it up ASAP, especially again when the Canucks are gonna have to figure out their staples and just redo last year with Desharnais, Forbort, and Shelovs. Man, oh man, if that's going to take time. Pettersson's going to have to step up his game. And if he does, then you got Pettersson, then you got Miller, you got Garland. Höglander looked really good today. Look at Daniel Sprong, that power play goal, that shot. I thought Jake DeBrusk looked fast. You could kind of see, the team itself in moments play with more tempo, play with more pizzazz as like a 3-line team, right? Again, you have Garland on a separate line, Besser, Miller, separate lines, Miller, DeBrusk, Miller, Sprong, Pettersson, DeBrusk, Pettersson, Sprong. Like, there's a recipe there for this team to be very annoying to play against, but in moments like tonight, you may question that, but again, I'm not going to try to do that so much. It really came down to this, right, people? Come on. I'm just blabbering here. They stopped skating. They thought they had this in the bag. As Andrew was saying, okay, we can't just sit back and do absolutely nothing. And after the first period, the Canucks thought they won this game. They were already planning their trip to Yaletown. Wednesday was the new Friday. They were making plans after the first period. They were. And again, that was the best first period I've seen in so long. That was exciting. That felt playoff-like. That, as far as the feelings in my stomach and in my heart, that felt great. Look at what Miller did. Take care, Rooney, but that guy got knocked out. Clean hit. Obliterating hit. JT Miller also does what? He feeds Brock Besser for a nice power play goal. Boom, bam, doing everything. Oh, well, what does he do next? He beats the beep out of Anthony Mantha. It felt like that. It was eventful. That was the first period. What happened? Hey, man, game 1 happened, man. It's a long season. I'm not worried. Trust me. As Sticky Nicky saying right here, that was an October slop. That was just, for lack of a better word, that was embarrassing. All that being said, again, give credit to the Flames. They just wanted it more. They were playing for something. And again, the Canucks were playing for Yaletown. They were playing for a 10 o'clock reservation. The truth. And I know there's going to be a lot of Canucks fans out there, right? Straight up. Who are, going to look at this result, get, I want to say over concerned about, the Forbort, the Desharnais playing some minutes, the Shelovs thing, the questioning, the goaltending, all that jazz. You know, it is game one. It's hard to process. It's emotional. And the only thing that I would resonate with you is your ability to hold on for this desire for, again, the Canucks to have a good start, right? And Trevor talked about this early today on a previous episode. Was it yesterday or today? But he asked me, right, like how important is it for the Vancouver Canucks to get off to a good start? And I think for a team that's been winning for like 18 seconds, it's probably a really good idea for this team to pick up points early on. Just so they can feel themselves, look at the standings, do their thing, just, remind themselves that they can do this. Speaking of picking up points, can we talk about some positives right before I go through all the comments and talk about some other things? Let's just do this, okay? Let's end it with a couple positives, okay? The power play looked better. They stopped skating though in the second and third periods. They didn't get another power play, it seemed like, so they couldn't try it out. But I think the power play had 8 goals in the first period. It felt like that. They were moving things around. They even got a goal from the second unit. And last, man, come on. You got to talk about the resiliency, which is weird because, they blew a 4-1 lead and a 3-0 lead and a 4-2 lead. They blew all those leads, but here I am talking about resiliency. But, man, oh, man, with a minute and change left, Quinn Hughes pulls off a miracle, blocks an empty net attempt from Jonathan Huberdeau. And when the building is deflated, people are already leaving, right? It's game over. Hughes springs the puck up to Miller, and Miller absolutely scores a beauty. A beauty. Top cheddar, right? Did the kids still say that? It's 2024. Top Riz. That was a moment. That was a Rogers Arena moment. If the Canucks won, we would have slept with that replay. I would have done that. I would have made love to that replay because that was a moment. That was cool. That was Canucks hockey. 20 seconds later, Miller almost won the game in front of the net. A lot was happening. The Canucks showed resiliency when the game was taken away from them. And again, for this cardiac Canuck type of energy that they bring, especially late in the game when it's slipping away from them, it was good to see that they have some of that still. And maybe that's just a part of their identity. Like they bent today and they kind of did break, but again, to see what they did right at the end was it was just a good sign. Okay, I feel as if, again, we just got to be positive here, right? We could have lost in regulation. That's what I'm trying to say. And we picked up a point, okay? We picked up a point. Everyone, just relax your shoulders, okay? Relax your shoulders. We picked up a point against the Calgary Flames. Didn't the Calgary Flames trade 9 players last year? Look at Mitchell, man. Secured the point, man. Look at Kurt Richardson. Another good point. Brock Besser on pace for 164 goals. Brock Besser on a 2-on-1 in overtime. Could have scored the hat trick. Bro, if that happened, I would have gone to Yaletown. Man, oh man. Yaletown Cactus Club. The Banter Room. I would have been there. But here we are talking about a 6-5 defeat, man, to the Calgary Flames. The Flames coming back from a 15-0 deficit in like 2 minutes. The Calgary Flames, a team that worked their ass off in the last 45 minutes of that game, or the last 43 minutes. People do want to talk about that overtime goal. I think Hronek got walked. Okay, Hronek a pylon in overtime. Connor Zary doing his thing, and it may not be fair to say this, right? Because Hronek did get walked and whatnot, and he just got paid a lot of money. But it would have been nice for Sheloff to do something miraculous there, okay? Because we talk about Sheloff struggling with the the shots from long distance, and we did that in the playoffs, and we were concerned about that. But there was Sheloff's time in and time out making miracle-like saves, and we didn't get one of those tonight. And it would have been nice. It would have been nice for him to do so in overtime right there. Okay, let's get to the comments and see where my mind goes, okay? One love to you and you and you and you. Welcome to Locked On Canucks. I was supposed to do another post-game show on another channel. That got taken away just for a bit, okay? We'll be there for game 2. But I'm happy you're here with me, but also you and you and you and you and you and you. Okay, look at this. Okay, Vancouver is my life, saying that can someone tell Pettersson to shoot? Again, Pettersson doing all the other things, right? Engaging physically, standing up for DeBrusque a bit, Pospisil doing his thing, taking a run at DeBrusque, and Pettersson again engages. It's cool to see. It's great, but it's 11.6. Okay, it's 11.6. It's what 4-2 in the third period. Daniel Sprong drops it off to Elias Pettersson in the slot, and what does Pettersson do? He doesn't shoot the puck. I feel as if that's an automatic goal. What he does is he tries to force it to Jake DeBrusque, right? Maybe he's a nice guy, wants Jake DeBrusque to have his moment. Yo, Pettersson, DeBrusque is here for 7 years. 7 years. You can find him in the back door another night. You got to take that shot. And over analyzing, sure, but the fact that he didn't take that shot, it's a little telling. And look at Bob Bluger, man. The turning point of the game, Pettersson not shooting. Unbelievable. But also believable. Maybe he's just not there yet with his confidence, man. Hopefully he can beat that slump, because all it takes, again, we've been there, man. We've had bad days. We've had cold days. All it takes is that one day, though, for things and for everything, more notably, to make all the sense in the world. And again, I think we need it, man. It's such an obvious thing to say, right? Oh, we need Pettersson to be that guy. We need Pettersson to be 11.6. It's the obvious thing to say, but when you see more and more performances like JT Miller put on tonight, and again, he wasn't perfect. A lot of Boudreaux Miller was out there too. A big reason why Mathis scored a goal today. Miller almost effed it up in overtime too, okay, by just being lazy and nonchalant. Some of those old habits that he was trying to avoid by playing preseason games came up in the regular season. But at the same time, he was also spectacular. The Canucks, we need to see this team with two lines being centered by some of the best centers in hockey, okay? Miller proving that. If Pettersson can prove that, I wonder how this team looks. This team then can actually outscore their problems until, Talking and Foot have more time with Darren and Forbert. And Alvin has more time to work the lines. And Shelovs has more time with Ian Clark. Yo, did the Canucks need to bring back Ian Clark to the ice, man? Anyways, man, the Canucks, Pettersson, help us outscore our problems, especially early on, because as alluded to many times here on Locked On Canucks through the summer, this team does have holes. Like most great teams, yeah, you still have holes, right? Like it happens. You look at the Oilers, you look at the Rangers. There's holes, okay? Not everyone's the Florida Panthers, okay? For real. And if you want to make up for those holes early on and allow these learning lessons to happen in the meantime, right, before the playoffs start, you still need to win a lot of games. And this team can beat teams like the Flames and Philadelphia if Miller and Pettersson are going. Those two can literally defeat teams by their own, okay? For real. Look at Daniel Patterson, okay? He said he felt this one coming. They just stopped playing after the first. Can I say this too, man? Again, Rick Tocchet, if you see me in the hallway, you might put me in a chokehold for this one, but a little disappointed. Okay? Real talk. Where was the speech in the second period? Where was the timeout in the third period? Also, I feel as if the blender was used way too early. I know. Your team was sleeping a bit in the second period, but there you were already pressing the line blender, trying to get things going. And it felt a little too desperate. The Flames, they sniffed that. They took advantage of that. I would have loved to see a little bit more from Rick Tocchet in the moment. All that being said, he could have used the save too. It is what it is. It's game one, man. It's game one. Yo, it's crazy how all of you guys are here when we should be literally paying attention to what Rick Tocchet is saying after the game, because it's probably entertaining. And another person I'd love to listen to is Quinn Hughes, because he was noticeable because he's always noticeable based on his athleticism and what he can do. But he's a player that he's a player outside of the first outside of the first period and the last minute of the third. You wish you just saw a bit more in between. What am I talking about, man? Because Shelovs, just stop a point shot, okay? Shelovs, stop a point shot. Pettersson, shoot the puck, and we win that game, okay? It's all good. Calgary, you deserved it. One love to you. Straight up, genuinely wishing them the best this year for obvious reasons. And I'm not gonna lie, man, I kind of like Craig Conroy. Okay, and he's instilling some sort of culture there, and they're working hard, and they deserve that one. And yeah. Oh man, do I read more comments or do I get out of here, man? Look at Daniel, man. That's 4 goals on 5 shots during that stretch for Shelovs. That didn't help either. Do you think Tocchet doubles down and plays Shelovs against Philadelphia? I actually wouldn't be surprised. Okay, look at this comment from Eddie Hong. He's saying that he's praying for an 81-1-0 season. Well, hey, you got it wrong. Okay, you want an 81-0-1 season. Okay, we picked up the point. Now look at Matt making fun of us. Okay, Shelovs equals Calder Trophy. Laugh out loud. Hey. Did not look good today, okay? Matt saying that he can name 1 hole in the team. He played 23 minutes and had 1 shot and 1 hit and 1 block shot. I think he's talking about Elias Pettersson, okay? Okay. All right. It is what it is. If you enjoyed the episode, the ramble, if I helped you go to sleep tonight, hit the like button, okay? It really does help out the show a lot. Hit the links in the bio too, okay? We got a place over there where you can do some reading and you can buy some t-shirts. We also got a place in the bio where you can join the Discord. A lot of fun and a lot of agony in the game day thread today. But nonetheless, always just a good time. I don't know how it's happening. Never thought I'd be the person, but I haven't met any of y'all, but y'all seem very friendly, okay? Y'all seem very friendly. I guess what I'm trying to say is y'all seem like my friends for real when we're talking about the Canucks during a game. I love doing that, okay? Straight up. It's a good time. Join the Discord. And we'll be fine. We'll be fine, guys. One love to you and you and you and you. Player of the game for me, it's JT Miller on the Canucks side. I'm giving him a B+. I want to do this more for post-game shows. My least favorite player tonight, it's either Forbert, Darnay, Shelovs, Pettersson. Getting dark, man. Subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to the Don't Doze Art Lab and the Locked On Podcast Network. I'm out of here. Peace.